Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. In today's video guys, we will show you how to remove and replace engine on Ford Focus 3rd generation guys, MK3, years from 2012 to year 2019. We'll demonstrate on the 2.0 engine, gasoline engine, but procedure will be super helpful for many models guys, different engines as well. May not be exactly the same, but it will show you guys what you need to do and you have an idea how to do it. Quick introduction guys, we have more than 200 videos on Ford Focus 3rd generation and more than 200 videos on every car we get at the shop. Why we do that? Because our mission guys here at the shop is to save you as much money as we can. So please subscribe to the channel, like the video guys, hopefully the information will be helpful. If you guys need to buy any tools or parts for your car, check out the link in the description of the video below. I think you can even find used engines for your car there. Check it out. So thank you for watching and let's go ahead, start on the engine replacement now, engine removal. It will take a long time guys, so it will be a long video, but it will be a very detailed video, and in the meantime we will make a few videos guys to show you how to fix different things on Ford Focus as well. Another thing, that engine guys will be taken completely apart. We'll have probably 100 videos on the engine alone. We're planning on taking the whole thing apart and to show you how it functions, how to repair everything on it. So please subscribe to the channel guys. Let's start on the engine replacement now. So we need a torque sturdy guys. Okay, torque sturdy start looking bit. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and start removing screws underneath. Okay, you can see 1, 2. Then we have one more in the other corner there. Okay, 2 screws, 3 screws so far guys. Now we have more that we need to remove. We're going to start from the passenger side now. 1, 2, 3 on the front, 3 in the rear, 3 in the front guys. So now, okay, let's explain now. You grab it and you pull it forward. Pull it forward and drop it down. You can see just like that. And this is guys your engine here. And we just found out that we have an oil leak from the rear crankshaft seal right there. So we'll have a video how to fix that one as well. You should have 2 more guys in the corners, 1 there and 1 on the other side. But 2 are missing. Ours are missing, and the screws what they look like, okay, just like this one. So you can see, you can get an idea what it looks like now. And that's where your oil filter is located, and bottom of the engine as well. So now how you guys remove the other cover? Okay, you're supposed to have a clip removal too guys, and you're supposed to have 2 clips. Now those 2 clips will be right there, 1 there, 1 in the corner. Ours are completely missing guys, we don't have them. And so we need to start removing screws. You can see on the other side, okay, in front of the wheel we have 2 of them, okay, that we need to remove. And once we remove these 2, we come towards the middle. Okay, everything's very muddy on that engine. Let's do these 2 towards the wheel. Perfect. Now we just have, I think, 1 more. You might have dust and sand stuck there, so be careful guys. Always wear eye protection as well. Grab it now guys, okay, and you pull that cover down. Okay, just like that. And now that's where your radiators are, the active grill as well, radiator fan, all that is here, and that's the lower radiator support and the drain plug for the radiators as well. So you can see that's how we remove the engine covers. So every time guys you drain the coolant, what you need to do, you need to make sure that the car is not hot. You did not drive the car, let it sit overnight, at least for 1 night guys, so the coolant can get cool, because otherwise if you're trying to drain the system or open the radiator cap, if it's hot, it's under pressure, it can spray in your eyes. Even when it's cold, it could be under pressure, so always be careful and wear eye protection. But hot coolant guys can severely hurt you as well. So coolant is very poisonous. If you spill anywhere, always clean it, because if you have people consume that, or animals, pets guys, it kills them. It's super toxic. So our car is very cold. We haven't driven it since last night, so we're going to open, okay, the coolant reservoir. We'll remove the radiator cap now. Okay, it's out. That way it's not going to create any pressure and any vacuum, excuse me, and we'll be able to drain it. So let's explain now what else we need to do. So we go under the car, guys. On the left side now we have the car jacked up, okay, and right there, that's where your drain plug is located. Check it out. So this drain plug, either you get it with a flat screwdriver, big screwdriver, and it's going to drain from right here, so you have to be careful so it doesn't drain on you, or you guys turn it by hand. But big flat head screwdriver, guys, is going to work out. It just goes directly inside of it, okay, right here. And if you get a little bitty hose, you can install actually the hose, and it will drain in a container that you have. That way you're not going to make a mess. So we'll get a hose, okay, you can see like this one, it's going to fit great. We're going to plug it in, so that way we don't make a mess, guys. And we'll get a flat head screwdriver, okay, right there. And there is one canal, okay, it's super windy today, by the way. Okay, one canal where the screwdriver goes in, and then you just start turning. Turn, and check it out. Okay, and we let it drain, guys. That's it. Don't remove the whole thing because you're going to make a big mess. And we'll just let it drain for about 5 to 10 minutes and everything should be out of there. And let me check on top. Probably, yep, coolant reservoir is already empty here. So make sure, guys, you stay until the end. We're going to show you a trick how to effectively actually drain the coolant and how to get more coolant out of the engine, because by forcing it, draining the radiator, you will not always get everything out of the engine. So while it's draining, guys, on the bottom, okay, let me explain to you quick. It's almost stopping, guys. Check it out. Barely going. Almost nothing. Now, if we remove one of the caps here, okay, that cap, let me turn the light on. Quick, just squish it on the bottom, on the back side. Gently pull it out. I dropped it, but it's okay. Now get the air compressor. Okay, we have the air compressor, and we're going to blow air, okay, through that hole and check out what's going to happen. Okay, let's do that now. Okay, check out how much more, guys, we're getting out of the engine. Okay, let me move the bucket just a little bit. Okay, perfect. And that way, guys, we can get most of it out. Okay, check out, we just got even more. So that's definitely helping it come out. We're blowing at low pressure now. We're blowing at about 20 psi, and even the system is ready to stay at about 21, so we don't need much, guys, but definitely it helped us get more. And we're going to install the cap now. So we're going underneath now, and we're going to go ahead. Okay, it stopped coming out. So let's just get the screwdriver in, okay, and we just get it tight, guys. Okay, perfect. Don't over tighten it. Okay, that's it. Great, and we're going to remove the hose, and we're going to get all the coolant that we got out of the car, and you will see. Okay, you will see how much it is in just a second. So let's pull the container out, and we're going to see what it looks like. This is original coolant, 149,000 miles. So still not too bad. Okay, a little bit murky, but not bad. We'll definitely be replacing it. Now, guys, when you refill your system, it's very important to bleed the cooling system the correct way. We'll have the video on the channel that explains how to bleed your cooling system the correct way. Otherwise, guys, you can overheat the car and you can damage your engine and end up needing either a new engine or the old engine rebuilt. We get, guys, a flathead screwdriver. Let me explain now. This is your air filter box right here, guys. So what we need to do, okay, that right here is your MAF sensor. You need to unlock the red pin, okay, safety pin, grab it and pull up, guys. Okay, check it out like that. And you push right here and you disconnect it. Now, you have one clip that you need to remove with a clip remover too. Okay, perfect, just like that. It's disconnected now, it's not there. After that, guys, we need to get a screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, and we need to get that screw loose there. This is for the intake boot. Now you have to be careful when you remove it to make sure that you don't break any of the vacuum lines as well. So be extremely, guys, careful how you do that. So we need to get it a little bit more loose. It wasn't loose enough to come out. It will be a tight fit, guys. Okay, perfect, it came loose. So what we need to do after that, right here, we're going to pull, okay, like that. And now, guys, what we will need to do, we need to grab that box. Okay, that box should not have any screws, guys. Okay, this box, it should be to where you just grab it and pull it out. Okay, you will have a clip on the back side, one right there. Okay, one clip there. You have a couple more here. So once we pull it out, I'll be able to explain, okay, where that clip is located. All the clips, actually. Okay, now right here we need to disconnect the rubber bushing from that pipe. Okay, perfect. Now we lift it up. Where are all the clips? Okay, let's explain now. You have one right there. Okay, this is towards the back side, facing the box this way. Okay, one here and one over there, and one towards the front. Where they attached to? One here. You have that's where it gets air from. One here. That's where the water actually drains. One here, one there, and one over there, guys. You can see this is if the engine gets water. I think it's called like resonator or something like that. It's supposed to drain there so it doesn't get in the engine, but if you drive through high water, you're going to end up, guys, sucking water in the engine and probably ruining your engine anyway. So we got the air filter box out of the way. Now we need 8mm Allen wrench, guys. Allen wrench, like that. And in order to drain the transmission fluid, okay, right here on the driver's side, okay, you're going to see on the driver's side, that's where your transmission fluid is located. You have one drain port, and you're going to get about 2 quarts of oil out of the, okay, out of the system. Okay, that thing is tight. It's recommended to replace actually the drain and the fuel port every time. It's up to you, but we usually recommend ours. You can check out where we buy all the tools again and parts in the description of the video below, so you can check it out. Now we're going to go ahead, remove it, and be careful the fluid not to be hot if you drove the car, not to burn yourself on something. Wear gloves, eye protection, everything, guys. Let it drain. That thing's gonna drain fast. Okay, you have the washer there, or replace the washer. That's recommended every time as well. So you may not replace the plug, but replace that washer there. So as you can see, guys, it drained pretty quickly, right? That's a pretty big hole. If you want to leave it there like that for about 10 minutes, everything will come out. I just don't want to waste your time, so we're going to make it quick and see how to do that. Now we'll explain how to add fluid, guys. And if you need to buy any fluid, we'll have the link in the description of the video below. I've heard that people actually replace it every 30,000 miles and it makes a big difference. So I probably would definitely recommend something like that. Fluid is out. Now we have, guys, okay, let's see the container now. And you can see this is the fluid on a car with 120,000 miles. This is black, guys. Okay, really black. I don't know if it hasn't been replaced or not. We will. So we come to that engine and transmission. This is out of a Ford Focus, the same Ford Focus, guys. Okay, and I want to make a little bit of shade so okay, you can see. Let me see. Perfect. Now the drain port that we did was on the bottom, guys. Okay, right there on the bottom. Now this is on the driver's side. If you come right here, you have, guys, that port right here. This is, guys, your fuel port. This is next to the CV axle, as you can see right here. So that port, guys, if you have the car perfectly leveled, you remove that port, you install the bottom one, get it tight, remove the fuel port, which is on the driver's side towards the back of the transmission, remove it and add about 2 quarts of oil. When you add about 2 quarts of oil, it should come to the bottom of the port. When you see the oil will start dripping out, stop, and you're ready to go. Put the port and you will be good, guys. Now this is the back side of the engine, as you can see. Okay, we're just trying to show you like that so you can even get a better idea. So with 10mm socket, guys, we're going to remove now, okay, one bolt for that lower part of the air filter box right there. So let's go ahead and remove that now. Okay, perfect. And it's out of the way. We gain more room to the radiator fan, radiators here, and everything in the way. So in the meantime, guys, we'll be making a few videos how to remove and replace radiators. You can just remove the whole radiator assembly with the fan and everything out of the way, but in our case we will do them one at a time. So depending, guys, okay, what you're needing now. Also make sure, guys, you disconnect your car battery, because the radiator fan is right there, and if your fingers get stuck in it and for some reason it decides to turn on because you break a wire or something, it could happen, guys. Your fingers will be there, and as a result, guys, it can cut your fingers off or your hand, so be extremely careful. We already disconnected ours. Now what we need to do right here, guys, we need to go ahead and remove, okay, that wire. Okay, let me get a little bit of light. Perfect. Okay, I press in here and pull out. Okay, let me show you where now. Okay, right there, press in, pull out. Now, guys, we have that clip holding the cable to the radiator fan with a clip removal tool. We're trying to pop it loose. Okay, perfect. What do we have now, guys? Okay, we have two guides holding the fan towards the radiator. Okay, one here and one exactly like that on the other side. However, now we need to go on the bottom, guys, underneath, and we'll show you guys, okay, what we need to do there. Okay, right there you can see the radiator fan on the side. Okay, here there is one tooth. Once we remove it, we'll show even better. That tooth, you need to press it in with a screwdriver. Okay, right there. And while you're pressing it in, I'm going to pull it on top, okay, to come out. Okay, and it came out, guys. Now we need to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So let me go to the passenger side now. We're going to do the same thing there. So grab the fan. One person releases the tooth. Okay, it came up. Now, let me show you guys what else we need to do. We need to come, okay, on this side. And we need to lift the fan until it comes out of the guides. Okay, on this side is out all the way. The other side as well. And now we start dropping it, guys. Okay, now there is insulation here. Let me get it loose. Okay, this insulation is between the fan. Okay, in between the fan and the radiator as well. Okay, almost there. Okay, perfect. Now we're hitting a little bit on the radiator hose, okay, right there, but now it should come out. And you just pull it from underneath, guys. Okay, check it out now. Radiator fan is out, guys. So that's how we removed it out of the car. Let me show you what we were pressing here, okay, with the screwdriver, so you know what to expect. Right here, guys, okay, this is the clip on the bottom. So you need to press it in with the screwdriver while one person is pulling it up. And the same clip on the other side. Two clips on the bottom and two just guides on top. And that's how we removed it out of the way. So now right here we have one little bitty hose, the overflow bottle hose. Okay, I'm trying to get a little bit of a view, but it's almost impossible. There are two things that you squish and you pull it out. Okay, and that thing is stuck, guys, big time. You don't want to break it. Because that's one expensive hose. So eventually that thing will come out. It has one clip there. So, okay, let me show you what the hose looks like. Okay, like this one, guys. Like that. Okay, and you squish these two parts and you, okay, pull it apart. There is one O-ring that gets stuck really big time. That's why it came out a little bit hard. Now, we need to go underneath, guys. We need to get a 10mm socket, and we're going to remove the lower radiator support. Okay, make sure that coolant, guys. Okay, the coolant is drained and all that. Okay, so now, guys, what do we have here? Okay, we have a few clips that we need to disconnect. Okay, this is for the I think one is for the active grill shutter. We'll see. So just pull them out of the radiator support. Okay, almost came out. Perfect, this one is out, guys. Now we need to disconnect it from there as well. Okay, on the inside you can see almost out, and now we have the one on top there that we need to disconnect. Perfect. Underneath we have the bolts for the lower radiator support now. 10mm socket. And we're going to remove a few bolts, but we need to get ratchet or extension, guys. A new battery for the impact because it's a little bit cold at the shop and it died. Okay, those things are extremely tight, by the way. Okay, we got a little bit longer extension that way. Okay, we can have a little bit more reach, because it's not as easy to reach the upper bolts, okay, for that lower radiator support. We got them loose. We'll try to use the impact now and see what's going to happen, if it's going to help some. You can see where all the bolts are. They have a little bit of rust. That's what the bolt looks like. Second one. Okay, now guys, same thing. Okay, like what we did here, we need to do to the other side. So I'm going to switch places now. Okay, give me a second, and I'll go to the passenger side of the vehicle. Passenger side, let's remove a few things here so you can see. Okay, right there. So one of them is missing here. Oh no, it's on the back. Or it's missing. No, it's good. It's towards the back. I cannot just see it from that angle here. So 2 bolts on each side. Perfect. Now, gently guys, pull that thing out of the radiator on the bottom. Okay, one is out. Now on the other side, same thing. Okay, perfect. And the lower radiator support, guys, came out of the way. Okay, just like that, you can see. To get a 13mm socket, our AC system is already drained. If it's not drained, guys, if you remove those lines, it will be super enormous amount of pressure. It can hurt you, blind you guys. So you have to be careful. AC system needs to be completely empty when you do that. So, okay, let's go ahead and remove it. You have to be extremely careful when you remove it to make sure that you still don't have any pressure left, guys. So let's go ahead, take that. Okay, a little bit came out, just a little bit of pressure. Let's remove it. Yeah, very little, guys, very little. It just sprayed, but that's it. Even though we vacuumed the system down, we still have just a little bit of pressure. So you have two lines that you need to remove. One is the low pressure, I think. One is the high pressure line. So okay, check it out. That's how it came out. And now we have the other one that you need to remove. It's towards the front, guys. So we need to tilt that thing the other way a little bit somehow. Okay, I'll hold it like that. Okay, and 10mm socket there. No, this one doesn't want to come loose too. Those are pretty tight, guys, but keep in mind that this is a higher mileage car. Okay, came loose. So now we should be able to do it with the impact. Okay, this one came loose as well. Both of them came loose. The bolt fell underneath. Okay, let me grab it quick. Okay, you can see where the bolt is, right there. We dripped a little bit of oil, guys, so we're loose on that side. We just pull the radiators, the whole assembly down. We have two hoses, two radiator hoses to disconnect. Okay, one will be on this side. So if we grab the radiator and pull it a little bit to the passenger side, okay, let's see if we can do that. We might be able to reach that hose, guys. Okay, with the pliers. Okay, let's see with the other ones if we can remove that hose clamp, because this one is on a very weird angle. I don't know if it's been removed before or not, or it's just that way. So, okay, let me try that now. Nope, we have to do it with the other pliers probably. So we have the coolant removed now too, guys. Okay, you can see almost came out. Okay, I'm going to grab the hose to hold it steady for the person that is removing the clamp. Never stick your fingers under the hose clamp, because when it releases, that thing is going to snap. Okay, it's almost out. We're about to jump the lip. Okay, let me actually give, okay, these pliers right there, the other pair. We'll try with the vice grips. This is one tough clamp, guys. Really tough hose clamp. So let's try with the other pliers right there. Okay, perfect. It came loose, guys. Now we'll go ahead and remove the other one on the other side. Okay, before we remove that one, because we'll still leak some coolant. So I will not disconnect it until we remove the other hose, guys. Let me show you where the other hose is located now. Okay, it's located. Okay, let's get in here. It's located right there. Okay, where it goes in an angle, you can kind of see it. Okay, perfect. So what we're going to do now, eye protection always, guys, gloves, because that's coolant. We'll go ahead and pull the hoses out. Okay, you can see we did leak some out. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to go to the other side. I'm going to grab this one. Okay, we're ready now. Okay, it's coming out, almost there. Okay, we'll leak coolant out, so be careful now. Okay, not much, perfect. Now, okay, let me come right here, guys. Okay, the radiator assembly will come out. Okay, you can see just like that. So, we need to go ahead, remove the wheel, guys. We have the car in the air on the front side. okay, and we have jack stands. Always guys, use jack stands. Why? Because if you guys don't use jack stands, you just rely on the jack. What could happen if the jack fails? Okay, if just one little bit O-ring seal fails in that jack, it will release the pressure, guys, and the car will fall on you and probably kill you or injure you super bad. So always, guys, use jack stands. So we'll remove all the lug nuts now. Okay, this is the last one now. So we can remove the wheel. What I'll do, I'll go ahead and disconnect the compressor, guys. If you're on the market for a good compressor, guys, check this thing out. It's a little, but it pumps crazy much. Okay, it's like it goes to 165 or almost to 170 psi, which is amazing, guys. It's enough to feed the impact with no problem at all. Transmission fuel pocket is located right there, guys. You can see next to the inner CV axle. So if you need to, when you need to refill it later, that's how you guys do it. Now we're going to need a 1 inch and 1/4 socket, guys, huge socket. So we can go ahead and remove, remove the nut for the CV axle. So let's see if we have enough air. I probably shouldn't have turned the compressor off. We use Interphone, guys. You can find the link in the description of the video below. This is one of the best penetrating sprays that we have used. It's a little expensive, but it works amazing. So if it's really rusty, let it soak for 15 minutes. So I'll go ahead and turn the compressor on because I forgot to turn it on, guys. So we'll pump and we'll continue. So we got more air, guys. Let's go ahead and remove it now with ease. Okay. I'm telling you, when it pumps to 165, things come off super easy. So we're ready here now. What we need to do, guys, next. Okay, there is one bolt underneath on the control arm where the CV axle, okay, bolts. The control arm bolts to the steering knuckle. So that bolt, okay, here it's with the Torx. Okay, I think it's Torx 50. On the other side is a nut. Okay, let me see what size. 17 millimeter nut. So I think it's Torx 50. Let me check now. On this side, no, bigger than that. This is 47, so maybe 50, 55, something extremely big here. Even a little bit bigger next step. So that way we can hold it on this side. Okay, let me try this one. Right there. Torx 55, guys. Start looking big. All the tools and parts that we use will be listed in the description of the video below. So I'm going to hold this one while we're removing the nut on the other side. So it's a bigger socket, it's not a 17 actually, it's a 18 millimeter socket, guys, I think that we need. So 18 millimeter socket, guys, on the other side, and Torx 50 on this one. Actually pretty good size bolt for that suspension. Considering, okay, that it's not too heavy of a car, it's pretty good size bolt, so that's good, makes me feel safe. Okay, we're removing the nut now. On the other side, we'll need to just grab the little impact here so we can accelerate things a little bit because we spent too much time on that nut. And go ahead, get it out. Okay, perfect. Now we need to push the bolt out this way. It might have some rust. Okay, this is the bolt, guys. If it's rusted bad, replace it. Now we need to, guys, okay, pry right here. But we're going to spray penetrating oil. Okay, let me spray some right here where the bolt joint is located. because we'll need to separate the control arm now, okay, from the steering knuckle. Right here where the CV axle will be pushed out, we need to spray the that gap there as well, because it will be rusted, I guarantee you that. So we went ahead, did that, okay, and now we'll get a pry bar and we'll see, okay, if we can go ahead and get that thing loose. We'll turn the steering wheel, okay, to the left now. Okay, it came loose actually. So I think if I just step on it with my foot and one person tries to pull it out, it may work that way. Okay, 1 second. It's holding just a little bit somewhere. Okay, let me see how much. Oh, it went back in. So it got a little bit of rust on top, so let me go ahead. We'll turn the steering wheel just a little bit to the left. Okay, and by doing that I can step, okay, that's too much, that's good. Okay, let me just grab somewhere really good. Okay, and it pops back in, guys. So we just have to move it a little bit. Okay, it's let's see where it stops now, just a little bit like that. Okay, almost came out, almost out. Okay, it just stops on top. On top it has a little bit of rust on the ball joint that we cannot jump, guys. So what we'll do, okay, let me try it with the foot again. We'll spray it a couple times, okay, and I'm going to, if not I'll stop the camera for 1 second so I can, okay, remove it, perfect. It came out, guys. I pushed it out. This is the safety lock right there, perfect. And you can see the control arm and the steering knuckle are separated now. So what else, guys, we need to do here? We need to get, guys, okay, a screwdriver, and right here in the middle, preferably even Phillips screwdriver will work better. We need to go ahead and push the CV axle out. This one is rusted really bad, guys. So let's spray a little bit more penetrating spray and we'll go ahead, okay, soak it for a little bit and we'll hit it again with a bigger hammer. So now, guys, if you're replacing the CV axle, you can hit it with the hammer. Otherwise you have to be careful not to mess up the thread, because you will not be able to install the nut here. So you can get a metal punch to go in the middle and push it out, or put the nut back on and then hit it and remove the nut later. Now we have, guys, the ABS sensor. So what we'll do, actually, we'll probably go ahead and remove the ABS sensor, because when that thing starts coming out, there is a possibility that we'll break the ABS speed wheel sensor, guys. So let's go ahead, remove that. I think it's Torx 30 or 25, I can see, probably it's 30. Start looking bit. It's more than that, it's 20 or 25. Okay, so let me see. Okay, this one is actually 25. Okay, let me focus to see it. Perfect. So with that tune now, we're going to remove the ABS sensor. Okay. So we gently pull it out. It looks like this bolt is rusted a little bit too. ABS sensor either reads from the CV axle or from the bearing. We'll see, guys. So now we need to grab it, okay, and just pull it straight out, okay, and like that. You can see it came out of the way like that, guys. So okay, here there is blue thread locker on the bolt. That's why it came out a little bit harder. We're going to go ahead, okay, and push it now. Okay, let's see. Okay, definitely came loose. So what we'll do, okay, we're going to pull it out of here now. Okay, now we have to go ahead and turn the steering wheel to the right. Otherwise, if I pull too much, I'm going to damage my brake line. So you have to be extremely careful how you do that, and you don't damage, guys, your brake line. So pull the steering wheel to the right. Okay, perfect. And now let's see if that will be enough, or we might need to disconnect the brake line. We'll see, guys, if that will be enough for the CV axle to come out. Okay, it is. Without putting too much stress on the brake line. If it's too much stress, guys, careful, don't damage it, because it could be fatal, guys. You can kill yourself. Remove it right here with 8mm socket, and you'll gain more slack on the brake line. Now we're going to use a special tool for removing the CV axle, and that makes things so much better, guys, so much easier, because otherwise you can break your transmission. I've seen people hammering there, trying to get pry bars, and we were those people before, until we cracked the transmission housing, guys, and we ended up buying a new transmission. So what we'll do now, okay, we'll get an axle popper too, guys. The link will be in the description of the video below. Check it out. You can see where we got it out, and where we ordered it from, and it comes with two kits. One is a thin one like this one, and then you have the fat one. So we'll go underneath now, underneath the vehicle, and we'll see if we can get the axle popper too in. We'll need to get a hammer ready. So you're going to go between the CV axle and the transmission. Okay, and that's some very limited room. Okay, right there, almost got it out, got it in. Perfect, like that. Now let's get the hammer, tap on it a couple of times. Okay, and that CV axle, guys, just popped out. Okay, still a little bit holding there. Okay, remember, we drain our fluid. Okay, and driver's side, guys, CV axle came out of the way. So first step, guys, we jack the car up. Always use jack stands. Always use jack stands. Emergency brake on, tire chocks on the other tires. Put those. Go ahead and remove the wheel, guys. Okay. So removing all the lug nuts. Now what I'll do, okay, I'm going to, guys, turn the compressor on. I forgot to turn it on. Now this, guys, is super fast compressor. It pumps to 165 psi. We'll have the link shared in the description of the video below, so check it out. Now right here you can see how much rust we have, guys. We need to get a rust penetrating spray, and we need to spray all that. Why? Because otherwise, guys, we won't be able to remove easily that nut. So one of the best sprays that we've used here at the shop, guys, okay, is that Interphone. Okay, let me show you. It's a little bit expensive, but it works amazing. So we're going to spray and soak it like that. Also, we'll spray the bolt where, guys, the control arm and the steering knuckle meet. I just found one spider here. Let me see what it is. Some little guy. Okay. And what we'll do next, we're going to remove the ABS sensor. Very important, otherwise you can damage it, guys, in the way. Torx 25 star looking bit. We'll go ahead, okay, and get that bolt loose. Okay, and this one, guys, we just turn it a little bit. So get a hammer and hammer it in, guys, because you may have dirt or dust otherwise. Okay, you can mess up that bolt and that could be catastrophic, guys. Some of you may not remove the sensor, but otherwise you can break it with the CV axle. So this sensor actually, guys, has some thread locker, that's why they don't go so easy. Okay, we're trying to get a good angle here. Okay, this is the screw. Now grab the sensor gently, pull it straight out. Okay, this is your ABS sensor. Now let's go ahead and remove that big nut here, guys. Okay, this nut, I think, okay, it's 32mm. We have 1 inch and 1/4. You can find the sockets that we use, guys, in the description of the video below. So we'll go ahead, okay, get it loose now with the impact. It shouldn't take much. So let's see now. Perfect, guys. You can see in no time we were able, okay, to remove that nut with that impact and the little bitty air compressor that pumps all the way to 165 psi. So if you're on the market for a good compact compressor, check it out. Now we sprayed, guys, right here because you have some rust accumulation there, so it can be penetrating while we're working here. Now we're going to go underneath and we're going to remove with 18mm socket, okay, and Torx, guys, 50. Okay, let me show you quick. Torx 50. Okay, I'm trying to get a good view here. Okay, perfect. Right there you can see. Let me hold that thing. This is not the Torx. Okay, this is very little. 55. Torx 55, I think. We forgot that it was 55. We just did that on the other side, and sometimes you get confused. So let me go ahead, install the two, get it here, okay, and we'll go ahead and get it loose. The nut is on the other side, the bolt is on this side, guys. So we'll go ahead, do that, take the nut all the way off, and we'll need to, guys, separate the the control arm and the spindle here, the steering knuckle. If your bolt is really rusted, replace it, guys. That will be the time. Now we're going to get some penetrating spray, and I'm going to spray here because we have some serious rust accumulation. So we went ahead, did that. Now what I'll do, guys, okay, let me see if I can actually support the camera so I can show you what I'll be doing. Give me just a second now. Okay, like that. I'll go ahead. Okay, hopefully, yep, you can see. We'll turn the steering wheel to the right. I'll step in here now. Okay, and we're trying to, oh, it went back in. There is a lot of rust there, guys. So I need to move it again. Okay, let me step on it. Okay, almost came out, so let's get it back in. Okay, it went in. So if we move it a few times back and forth, it's going to come out. Okay, perfect. And you can see, guys, how we separate it. Okay, the CV axle, excuse me, the steering knuckle from the control arm, just like that. So what do we need to do now, guys? Okay, we'll come on this side. Okay, and now if you're not reusing your CV axle, we can go ahead and hit it with the hammer. If you're reusing it, guys, install the nut a little bit, or get a Phillips screwdriver that fits here and start hammering it out until it breaks loose. It won't take much, but don't mess up the thread if you're reusing it. Okay. you can see it started coming out. Perfect. You just had a lot of rust there, guys. Now don't pull too much the hub assembly because your brake line is attached here, so you might want to disconnect it with the 8mm socket depending on how much room you have, guys. In our case, okay, it was enough to safely pull it out, but if you put too much stress on that line, it can break later and you can lose your brakes. So what do we need to do now, guys? Okay, let's see how that assembly comes out. We have, guys, okay, either the bearing on the CV axle or we have the CV axle that attaches to the bearing. So now the bearing, guys, we have two bolts with 13mm sockets, so I'll show you what I'll do. Okay, I'm trying my best. Okay, let me see if I can stick that camera underneath. Okay, still not there all the way. Okay, right there, that bearing. Okay, now we need to go ahead and we have two bolts that we need to get loose with 13mm socket, guys. Okay, that's what we're doing now. And once we get those nuts loose, okay, our socket just fell out. That bearing should come loose too. Okay, one of the nuts. Now the second one is on top. So let me see if I can show you from here. Oh, it's from top on the back side, guys. Okay, right there. Okay, you can kind of get an idea where it is, where things are happening, because it's a little bit of limited room. So once we remove the second one out, the bearing will slide towards the back, one cap will come loose. We just have a little bit more left. You may need to spray some penetrating oil there as well, because it could be, guys, a little bit rusty too. Okay, we're towards the end, I think. So we're ready, guys, to actually go ahead and remove that bracket for the CV axle and the bearing. Now everything should be loose on this side. Okay, you can see it's good. Now what we need to do, we need to get the tools, guys, okay, right here, to actually get that CV axle out, guys, from the transmission side. That's why we need to have the fluid drained and everything, otherwise it's not going to come out. So, okay, it came out, guys. You can see it came out. Now we need to just pull it out from the transmission side, lift up and pull it out. Okay, and this is the CV axle. Okay, CV axle on the passenger side, the whole shaft, guys, with the bearing assembly right here. Disconnecting, guys, the fuel line is super dangerous. First, you can catch on fire, you can catch your car on fire, guys. So you have to have a fire extinguisher on the side. Make sure the car is completely cold. You didn't drive it for at least 24 hours, I would say. Avoid spark, open flame, anything like that, because you have gas that will spray out. So wear eyeglasses, guys, gloves and everything like that, because fuel probably will spray on you, and we'll show you guys how we minimize that. If you want to buy any tools, guys, or parts for your car, check out the link in the description of the video below and you can save even more money. So let's start on it now. So looking, guys, at the car, okay, right here, that's where your fuel line is located. I'm going to remove that cover so I can show you just a little bit better. Okay, things are a little bit chaotic at the shop, it's super windy, so okay, let's stay like that. This is your fuel line, it will be under pressure. I will hold, guys, a rag on it when I remove it so it doesn't spray on me. Grab the fuel line and push it in, okay, like that. Now you have two teeth, okay, one on this side, one on the bottom side, just like this one, guys. So turn it a little bit, push it in, okay, and pull it out. Okay, let me show you, okay, how it pulled out. Now guys, what we need to do, on the back side you have a thing that you are going to press in, guys. Okay, you will press in here. So we'll pull the line in, press in here. Now start pulling it out. Okay, it's going to spray now, so put the rag on it, and fuel line came out. Okay, you can see how we disconnected here. The portion that we were pushing in, okay, was right there, guys. Okay, this thing right there, you push it in and you disconnect it. So we disconnect that hose from the, okay, you can see right there from that housing right there that attaches to the cylinder head. So we remove that one so we don't break it, guys, because otherwise we can easily break it. Disconnect your car battery first, guys, make sure it's not connected. After that, okay, we have a few clips with the clip removal too, okay, that we need to pry out of there. Okay, it's holding these cables to that cover here, guys. So we'll go ahead and flip them. Here we have one more on the inside. Perfect. And you can see how much room we gain here now. What we need to do next, we need to go ahead and, okay, pry that thing up. There is one clip that got stuck there. Okay, pry it up. Okay, you can see it came out. And this is, guys, I think another fuse block right here that you have. We're going to open that one on the channel and explain more about it. So what else, guys, we need to do? Now we need to grab the battery. Always use, guys, gloves. You may have a holder, okay, right here on top. It will be with a 10mm socket, guys, but ours is already removed. So all we have to do, remove the nuts, one here, one there, and pull it out. Then you slide the battery out. You get a 10mm, okay, to get a negative terminal loose. That's why you should always wear gloves. This is your battery current sensor, battery voltage sensor right here. Careful not to break it because replacing that thing is a little bit expensive. Okay, we grab it and we pull the battery out. Perfect. Now, in order, guys, to remove the battery now, the battery box here, the battery mount, we have to remove, I think, 1, 2, 3 bolts that we need to remove, guys. And we have, okay, let's check this one. This one will stay. First we need to remove the box here with a 10mm socket. Those are extremely rusty, as you can see. One is out. Second one now coming out as well. And the third one is all the way in that hole there. Perfect. Now let's see if that thing will slide out. Okay, great. And you can see that battery box is out. Now remember, on top I told you about that piece. That piece that holds the battery, okay, is located on top and it goes under the nuts. So what we have to do, just remove the nuts to get it out. So after you guys drain the coolant, okay, what we need to do now, right here, okay, we need to remove that coolant pipe. Okay, squish on both sides. Okay, right here, check it out now, like that. They spread and gently pull it out. Careful not to break it or anything like that, because this one is super easy to break, guys. In the meantime, we're doing an engine replacement video, everything from start to finish. So if you want to see how to replace the engine on Ford Focus, check it out, guys. Video will be coming soon. Now you need to disconnect the lower coolant flow hose, excuse me, on that tank. So use the pliers, grab it, pull the clamp out. Perfect. Now this one, guys, okay, that clamp actually has a stop. So nope, yep, you can see how it gets stuck. We're going to unstuck it so that way it doesn't pop and snap our fingers. Gently, guys, pry that hose out. Careful not to break anything. What I recommend, okay, turn it left and right. Okay, perfect. Once you turn it, it's going to break loose and you pull it out. Do not twist, okay, just turn, because if you twist you can break your overflow bottle pipe there. Okay, perfect. Now what you need to do, guys, you just have a few holders here, okay, a few places where it goes to, so just go ahead, grab it and pull straight up. Okay, it's a little bit stuck, so here, okay, just pry it a little bit, okay, with a screwdriver, yep, like that. Perfect, because that thing has never ever been removed, guys. Same thing you have on the back side. Okay, don't twist it, just pull straight up. Okay, perfect, guys, and this is your coolant overflow bottle out of the way. You can see just like that. That's where the back side is. Okay, so that's where they attach, one here, one there, and this one is out now. So we're under the vehicle now, guys. Okay, this is engine transmission. We follow the exhaust and we're going to come to right here. We remove that support right there, guys. So you have I think four bolts and 2 nuts that we removed, and we can get to the exhaust, okay, which is right here. Now with the exhaust being like that, I use that penetrating spray that we use quite often here at the shop, and okay, we spray those, and let me see if I can get a 15 millimeter. The ratcheting wrench, maybe it will be a little bit easier. Okay, you can see they got loose, so what I'll do, okay, I'll just go ahead, okay, and remove the 2 nuts that hold the exhaust here, guys. Okay, and we'll continue. So I got them loose, guys, or at least I thought I did. Okay, all that rest, guys, and that penetrating spray right there, that helped us remove that super easy, as you can see, guys, with no problems at all. I recommend to use gloves because you always end up cutting yourself, hitting yourself here. It's very tight, and everything sometimes is rusted as well. So we're ready here. Next, guys, with 10 millimeter, okay, there is one mount for the exhaust that we need to get loose. This is towards the front of the engine, where we worked a little bit to the front, and we're going to go ahead, get these two loose, and the engine mount, the exhaust mount should come off. Yeah, almost there. One bolt is out. Second one now. Perfect. Okay. And it got loose here now. Okay, I'm going to come with the camera right there. Let me show you where your mount is located. Okay, this is it. Right here, guys. So, what we'll need to do now. Okay, we need to go ahead and remove the bolt. This is the side bolt, guys. Okay, you can see where your oil pan is. Those things will be extremely tight. 15 millimeter socket that we're using here. So we need to get that bolt all the way out. Okay, the engine may twist up or down, so you have to be careful, guys. You may need to move it a little bit, or use a jack to move it to where you can get, okay, the bolt out. You can see how the engine tilted, so be careful not to hit you. It's not going to drop, unless you guys something terrible goes bad and all the mounts are broken and all that stuff, but usually engine shouldn't drop. Now we have that bolt on the back side that we need to go ahead and remove. Again, the same 15mm, guys, you can see. Okay, perfect. Now that mount, guys, okay, it's loose all the way, but unfortunately, guys, okay, unfortunately we'll have to see if we can move the engine like down and pry the mount up, or the other way around, or we'll need to remove the mount, because the mount bracket right there, you have one mount bracket that you need to remove, otherwise you won't be able to get it out. I heard some people are able to get it out. We were not able to on another car. Okay, and that's why we're doing the same thing to this car. So we got this bolt loose there now. Okay, perfect. This one is out. Now, what else we got? Let's check it out. We have one that's not so convenient, guys, with a short socket. Okay, you need to move the engine just a little bit to get in there. This one's coming off now. Perfect. Bolt is out, guys. Now let's see what else we have here. Okay, one more, guys, towards the other side. Okay, I'm trying to get the best view I can for you, but okay, this one is super tight bolt as well. So let me see, maybe see if we can get a bigger. Okay, I can see that bolt from right here. Let me show you quick. It's if you come to the wheel. Okay, it's behind the transmission right there. You can see through that hole. So what we're going to do now, okay, we're going to get that one loose. So give us just a little bit of time to figure out how to do it now. So we're again tilting the engine back and forth. Okay, that engine mount is all the way, guys, okay, down there, and I'm okay, this thing right there, and we're trying to see if it can come out, but no, just a little bit and it can't. So we need to get that last bolt loose now. So we'll see if we can get the two in here, okay, and get it loose. So let us show you now, guys. We actually, what we did, we supported the engine a little bit, leaned forward or backwards, so that end comes down, and we got an offset box wrench, guys. I used the big hammer at first to break it loose, and now it goes by hand. So you can see how it's coming out now. It's just a little bit slow. Okay, I'm trying to get a little bit of light here to show you a little bit better. Okay, you can see where we're working right there. So we just have a little bit more left, guys. Not much left, and that bolt should come out. If I come on top, okay, I'll see if I can see it from here, but we have the you can see the battery box removed, because what we'll be doing actually, guys, we'll be doing engine replacement here, and we have a video from start to finish that will explain how to do the engine replacement, so check it out. Okay, if you want to see on a Ford Focus how to do engine replacement, all that will be there, guys. So it should come out any minute, hopefully. It's going by hand now, and then it stops. Then it goes by hand, then it stops again. Very inconvenient place for that bolt, and we tried everything possible to get that bottom engine mount out of the way without removing that bracket, but we were not able to do that, guys. I don't know why, but just we cannot get enough clearance to get it out of there. No, not yet. So we might need to reach it from the other side so we can spin a little bit more. We'll see. It shouldn't be a very long bolt, by the way. I don't know why it's... And then it stops again. It just goes by hand for like half a revolution, then you have to use the wrench. Then half a revolution it goes by hand, then you have to use the wrench. And we don't have any pressure on the bolt too. I think there is maybe a little bit of corrosion where it goes in the aluminum. You know how aluminum and metal bonds. And maybe that is causing it, okay, not to come out. So easy, okay, it's coming out now. This is, guys, the bolt. Perfect. This is the mount, the bracket for the mount, and we can go ahead and put the bottom torque strut mount there as well, guys. You can see just like that. So check it out, guys. That's how you remove it. Putting it together, everything is practically in reverse order that we took it apart. What do we need now? We need, guys, a torque sturdy star looking bit. Okay, let me focus here quick. Perfect, like that. You can find, guys, the links in the description of the video below, as I said, for all the tools and parts that we use, so check it out if you need something. Okay, the bolt that we removed right here. Now we have a second one over there. Remove that one as well, guys. Now, what do? You grab the headlight, it comes kind of like in an angle. Come up there first, up. Then it slides out a little bit. Then, okay, right here, you need to get it out and pull the headlight out. Now that wire, guys, how you disconnect it, let me explain quick. You need to push that thing in, then right here, that notch, you're going to pry it back and disconnect the headlight. Okay, first push it in to break it loose, and then this thing you pry it back, and when you pry it back, okay, it opens that clip on the inside, and passenger side is out. Let's go ahead and remove the driver side as well, guys. So now let's go ahead and do the driver side, guys. Super simple. Same bolt right there in the corner. One on top. Get it out of here first now. Now you need to come on the front, slide it out of the bumper, and disconnect the headlight now. Headlight wires. Push it in, pry back, disconnect. And this one is out, as you can see, just like that. Both headlights came out. So let's explain what you need to do now, guys. Okay, first, a few things that we need to do. We'll need to, guys, remove, okay, on that side, we're going to remove the cover, okay, for the hood right here, guys, because we need to disconnect the hose. So how you do that? The washer hose. That wasn't very helpful to show you guys, but you grab the clip. Okay, you grab that clip like that. Okay, let me focus. You squish it, and when you squish it, you pull it out on both sides. Same thing applies to the other one. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and remove the a few more, guys, because you don't want to break that piece, because if you do, okay, later it's going to be hanging all the time and it's not good. So we'll go ahead and remove a few more. Okay, let me see if this one is a little bit stuck maybe. Okay, perfect, this one came out. Now if you come right here, guys, we need to disconnect our washer hose, guys. So pull it out and disconnect it. Okay, first, okay, we need to pull it from, you can see where we have that splitter there. Careful not to break your splitter, pull it out. Now we have one clip that we need to remove here, or you can open it, it's up to you. And we're ready here now. What do we need to do next, guys? Okay, let me explain now. We'll have a person hold the camera so both of us can grab the hood. You need two people for that. 10mm socket, guys. Okay, and we'll remove now. Okay, let's start on this side there. We'll remove two nuts. Okay, so we lost the socket, guys. We had a 10mm, we lost it. So we'll go ahead, grab it quick, and we'll continue. Okay, perfect. It fell out. Perfect. One nut is out. Hold the windshield so you don't break your. Hold the hood so you don't break your windshield, guys. Because now if you drop it, you're done. We come on this side. Okay, and I'm doing the same thing here. Hold it good. So one nut is out. Now working on the second one. Perfect. Grab the hood, guys. Okay. Grab the hood. Okay, let's go back with the camera all the way back so you can see. And the whole hood, guys, comes out. Okay, just like that. So next, guys, we need to remove our windshield washer reservoir here. This is, as you can see, on the side, on the passenger side, disconnect the wire. Now we need to disconnect the pump. One is for the level, one is for the pump. You have two wires that you need to disconnect. Okay, perfect. Now the hoses, you spread these things, pull them back, and you lift the hose up. Hopefully if it doesn't break. Okay, almost there. Now we have some fluid here, guys, so we're going to get the bucket quick. Okay, two. Let it go. Okay, then we have the second hose here. On the back side. On the back side it's holding a little bit. Or it came loose. I can see for sure. Yep, that's good now. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to close them so we don't break them, and we're just going to remove the reservoir by removing a few bolts with 10mm socket, guys. One is hidden right there. And you don't want to, guys, okay, round your bolt like we did, because we just hit it in an angle, and you don't want that to happen, because otherwise you may not be able to remove it. Okay, you might need to use a short socket to get in there, not extension. We got it out. Now, we guys have one more that we need to remove right here on the side. Okay, you can see right there. Get that one. Hold the reservoir, grab the bolt, and all that should come out. So we are actually going to get it out of the way, and we can continue with the next step now. Let me show you guys now, okay, what we're doing. We removed one of them, and now we're going to remove the second one and show you how you're going to do that. Now, let me actually turn the light up a little bit. I have it removed, but I'm going to go ahead, plug it in, resituate the light, okay, where you can see, and we're going to go ahead and redo it again, guys. So now your heater hose, doesn't matter if it's left or right. Okay, let me leave the light on this side. I think it will be a little bit better that way. Perfect. Okay, this is your heater hose. Okay, when it's installed, okay, let me show you now. Okay, it's going to go in. Okay, and that gray piece on the back, guys, that piece, you're supposed to grab it and turn it, okay, until, okay, it stops right there. That's how it is. Like that it's locked, like this one is unlocked. The special tool goes on top of this one and just super easily turns it. But ours, I use penetrating spray. I use Interphone right here, guys, at the shop. Really good spray. Clean it really good, spray it here because there was a lot of dust and dirt stuck. And I actually use the screwdriver, guys, okay, a screwdriver, to grab and turn that thing. Okay, let me show you now. I got it loose to the point that it was turning. Okay, and I almost have it here now. So let me show you how I turn it with the screwdriver, guys. Okay, perfect. All the way turn with the screwdriver now. And you try to pull it out, doesn't come out. What you do, you turn it a little bit clockwise until you find that sweet spot and you pull it out, guys. Check it out. Because otherwise it's not going to come out. So I'll definitely recommend to get the tool. So it goes only one certain way and you install it later, okay, and you lock it back in place. So a little bit complicated, guys, but you can get the idea. But when you turn that thing, it's important to grab the hose, okay, and turn the hose a little bit until you find the spot where it's going to come out of. Otherwise it's not going to come out of there, because you can see that's where the teeth attach. Okay, this tooth right there attaches to right here, and you cannot get it out unless you turn it and it comes to a flat spot, okay, like that, and then you can pull it out. So next we'll need to go ahead and remove the mount for the ECU. We removed one bolt on top, now second one here, just two bolts, guys. Okay, and that computer will drop down. Now we have one more bolt towards the back that is holding right there. So 3 bolts, not 2 but 3. Perfect, came out. Okay, just like that. And we can leave it like that now. So let's go ahead and remove the crash support now. How you do that? Crash support, it's pretty simple, guys. Okay, we will have to go ahead and remove 4 nuts that we have, okay, on each side. Here on the bottom too, and on top as well. And those guys are with 13mm socket that we need to do now. So let's go ahead and get that. All the tools, guys, and parts that we use, everything, as I said, is listed in the description of the video below for your convenience. So check it out, guys, if you need anything. So we're getting the 4 nuts loose on each side. Perfect. Now we're going to remove them all the way from here. 1, 2, 3, and 4, guys. Okay, now we're going to go to this side and we're going to go ahead and replace 4 more. Remove 4 more, excuse me. It's been a long day at the shop, guys. So, pre-loosen those so we can use the impact. Some of those could be really tight. So almost ready. Okay, now we grab it. And you pull it out. We're ready, guys, with the next step. That engine is going to come out of there pretty soon now. So we need to get a jack and we need to, guys, support, okay, the oil pan. Okay, the oil pan underneath, just support it. Make sure that it's not going to drop, okay? You need to pump it probably about half an inch to maybe like between 1 and 2 centimeters when you support it. And those are the bolts that you need to remove. Usually, guys, here you will have a coolant reservoir, but you just lift it up and you can get enough room to remove the engine mount bolts. So you don't need to drain your coolant and you don't need to do anything like that. You can just replace the engine mount pretty easy, guys. This is a 15 millimeter socket, guys, that we're working on. Now we're working with 18 millimeter, and with that 18, okay, we have 2 nuts that we need to remove here on top. Okay, perfect. And we'll go ahead and remove the 2 bolts, 2 nuts. Make sure engine is supported, guys, because otherwise it can fall. Keep your hands out of there, because if that engine falls here, you can pinch your fingers, break your fingers. It can cut your hands off, guys. That's how heavy that thing is. So, one is out, second one. Okay, second nut now. Perfect. Now, what we're going to do, we'll go ahead, guys, and get the 15 millimeter, and we're going to remove the 2 bolts. One is there. Okay, let's check it out now. You might need to hold the engine just a little bit. Number 2, guys, right there. Now, you can go ahead, pull the engine mount, and this is it, guys. This is your engine mount. This one is short, as you can see. This is a weak spot on Ford Focus, guys. And if your engine mount is bad, what will happen? You're going to experience crazy vibrations, or you'll start as little vibrations. The dash will be vibrating when you're idling, but eventually, guys, it will get more. So you can see we got it out. Now what we're doing here, guys, we're doing engine replacement, and we'll need to disconnect the transmission cable. So we want to show you how to do that. So let's show you what to do next. So right here, guys, this is your transmission cable. We remove the transmission mount. All that is on the channel if you want to check it out. If you want, even you can see the video for the engine replacement. We'll be uploading it very soon. And here now, okay, we're going to have 2 more bolts, okay, by the intake boot for the transmission mount. So let me see if I can actually, okay, you can see them, okay, right there. Perfect. They're pretty tight, guys. So let me see if we have a ratchet. Yep. Because with all the extensions we might not be able to pull them out. Perfect, one is loose. Now we'll take it off. You can see pretty long bolt, by the way. Great. Now we have one more. Okay, right there. Oh, no, yeah, it got loose. We weren't all the way in, but somehow we were lucky enough that it got loose, actually. Perfect. So let's do the, we can get probably in with the impact. Okay, great. Now, what we need to do next, we need to get a clip removal too, guys. And we need to pry that cable off the bowl there. So you just get between the two and slide it out. And from that point on, okay, you can see how it just slides like that. It's adjustable, so you can move it back and forward to adjust the angle of shifting if you're not getting in certain gear. We have a video how to do that if you want to see it, but by removing it from the bowl, you don't need to worry about that. So now we're going to feed the cable, transmission cable, okay, through here. Let's see where it's gonna go now. Okay, it's going to come out, guys. Okay, just like that. So where it attaches here, okay, the bow attaches to this side right here. You can see, and the two bolts that we removed are right there. So a few more things. Okay, this is a vacuum line that we need to disconnect. Okay, we're going to press in here, and you need to do both of them at the same time. Pull it out. Now we have right here, we have one red thing. Okay, that red thing needs to go in, guys. Okay, you need to press it in, so we need to get a screwdriver. Press that red thing in and pull it out. Okay, just that's how it works. Okay, this is for the purge valve. Now right here, this sensor is for the, okay, let me check that. I think it's a fuel rail. I cannot tell for sure. It looks like it's a fuel rail sensor. Yep, fuel rail sensor right there, guys. Now what else we need to do? We need to come on this side. We need to disconnect a few more wires. So quite a bit of work, guys, but eventually things start working out. This connector, okay, that black thing, slide it to the side, pull that blue thing, pry up and out. Ready. Great. What else we need now? We need, guys, okay, let's see right here. Do we need to disconnect? Yep, this one. This is main wires, okay, going towards the starter, and I think one of them is the alternator wire. The big one is, okay, if you follow it, it just goes directly to the engine starter. The other one, I think it's the alternator, or the starter and alternator is in one. Yep. Perfect. Let's see, this one will stay in. This one goes to the interior fuse box. Now we have a few ground wires that we need to disconnect on the frame here. Those are with 10mm socket, two ground wires. So you have to remember how everything is. One is here, one over there. Okay, we're going to slip again because we were a little bit sideways on the bolts. Go ahead, remove those. Okay, perfect. We'll go ahead and install the two bolts now. Okay, here we have one clip that we need to remove, and that wiring harness is loose now. So what we need to do now, next, we need to disconnect. Okay, right here we have one holder. Pull that one out as well. We have the engine supported by the cherry picker. We showed you how to disconnect the engine transmission mount and the lower mount as well. Now here we're going to disconnect that cable. We still need to do a few things to remove part of the transmission line. We will show you where. Okay, let's see what else we need to do here, guys. Computer will come out with the engine. It looks like it. Yep. Here it looks like everything is disconnected. Just always double sure everything. Now we're going to remove that transmission mount here because this is the lower bracket for the transmission mount, excuse me. Because it will be in the way. We'll need to start getting the engine up to some degree so we can get the exhaust out. Now if you're not able to get the exhaust out, you may need to remove the exhaust manifold, but usually we're able to remove it that way. You just have to have 2-3 people doing that, one operating the cherry picker and 2 people maybe watching, make sure that you're not breaking something in the way. Okay, so this thing is super tight. Let me just get some bigger tools, guys, they can always do the trick. Okay, perfect. And we'll go ahead, do that. Okay, great. That one came out. Now we need to just go ahead and remove the last bolt now. You can see on top of this one there was that mount for the transmission line. And now we're just going to remove them with the impact. Okay, trying not to break many things as we go. Perfect, guys. This one is out. You can see just like that. Let's see. Okay, what else we'll need to do now? So I'm going to pump the cherry picker a couple of times. We'll remove the passenger side engine mount. As you know, we already showed you how, but we put it together so we can install the cherry picker because we forgot to do that. Okay, if you want, we can go ahead and remove this with 18mm socket, the two nuts now, and we should be very close to pulling that engine out, guys. Okay, great. Now we just have one line for the AC compressor here to disconnect. Okay, this one with 13mm now. We'll go ahead, remove that nut, and I think after that we are very close to pulling that guy out of there. So okay, let's go ahead and remove that one now. Okay, now what we are going to do now, guys, okay, we're going to pump the engine up. If you need to get a cherry picker, check out the link in the description of the video below. We're going to pump that engine up, and you need to watch your exhaust on the back side. Okay, exhaust is actually hitting quite a bit now, so we're going to pull a little bit now. Okay, grab the engine. Okay, and you might want to tilt the engine this way a little bit if you need to. So we just found out, guys, we forgot the purge valve line right here. So okay, on the back side. Okay, let me push it in. Right here you push in, but this one, everything in this car has quite a bit of dust and dirt in it stuck, so those things will not go as easy. We'll disconnect the heater hose from that clamp, okay, right there. Okay, let's see how that thing is going to come out. I think it's going to come out through the bottom. Okay, yep, it did come out. Perfect. So now I'm going to pass the camera because two of us will need to do that. So we're going to go ahead, lift it up a little bit. Okay. I'm going to pull the cherry picker out slowly. Okay, it got stuck, guys. So what we need to do now, okay, we need to close it a little bit. I mean, to drop it down just a little bit. A little bit more. Now we'll gently pull it out. And the only thing that we broke is that transmission cover for the wires right here that we will need to reinstall somehow. We hit that thing and we smashed it. So practically the cables are still okay, but we need to fix the mount or replace the wiring harness because of that. So you always have to be, guys, extremely careful. But as you can see, that's how we got the engine out of the Ford Focus. If you need to do that, that's how we do it. If you need to remove the transmission from the engine, guys, we'll have the video on the channel how to do that as well. We are planning on making it very soon. So hopefully, guys, the video will be helpful to any of you trying to do anything like that. Please, guys, subscribe to the channel for more videos. Thank you for watching. Hopefully the video will be helpful, and see you guys next time.